Hi guys, it's Ben from Ben Reid Performance Coaching, and I've got 5 key exercises for you today that you're going to be able to perform at home in your living room. These exercises are going to help improve your movement competency, so your flexibility and mobility, as well as strengthen specific muscle groups that you need to perform on the snow. So the first exercise we're going to go through today, guys, is the squat. So to set the squat up, you're going to place your feet flat on the ground, just outside shoulder width. Okay, your toes will either be pointing straight or slightly turned outwards. From there, you're going to stick your hands straight up in front. You want your hands to be about shoulder width apart and in line with the shoulders. Before you start the movement, take a nice deep breath, keep your chest elevated, head looking straight forwards, and then you're going to start the movement by sitting back through your heels, nice and controlled on the descent, and coming back up. It's really important that on the way down, we ensure that our knees are tracking in line with our toes. We're keeping that head and chest up, heels flat on the ground, emphasising shifting that weight back through my heels as I squat. Okay? Couple from the side. Again, set my feet back up, just outside shoulder width, toes turn out, arms up in line with my shoulders. I'm going to keep them there the whole time. Elevate that chest, back through my heels, looking forwards the whole time. Keeping that chest up, weight back through my heels. On the squat, you probably want to perform around 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. So the next exercise we're going to go through now, guys, is called the hip hinge. To set the hip hinge up, you need to place your feet hip width apart. From there, your knees will be slightly bent, okay? You're then going to take your hands, link your fingers, place your hands on the back of your head and retract your elbows. So you've got good tension across your shoulder blades. From there, I'll have that slight bend in my knee, and throughout the exercise now, my knees won't bend any further. They'll stay in that just slightly bent position. From there, I'm going to initiate the movement by shifting my hips back, so my weight through my heels, keeping that tension across my back, and then come back through. And as I come back through, squeeze my glutes nice and tight together. Okay? Shift those hips back, keep that tension in the back, and come through. If you have a look from the side here, again, set up. Feet hip width apart, toes pointing forwards for this one, hands on the back of my head, pull those elbows back so I've got good tension across my shoulder blades and through my back, slight bend at the knee, and then going to really shift my hips back, keeping that nice straight back position, weight through my heels. I'm going to go down until my body's just off parallel with the floor, if flexibility permits that, and then come back through, squeeze the glutes nice and tight. Again, for this exercise, 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps. So we're now going to go through an exercise that focuses on that single leg strength. So it's called the split squat. To set the split squat up, we want to place our feet again hip width apart. Okay, this time you're going to put your hands on your hips. You can take 1 step back, so in like an extended lunge position. Okay, hands are going to go on the hips. To initiate the movement, we focus on just dropping that back knee down. So sinking the back knee down, keeping the torso nice and upright, and then coming back up. Really important that we focus on that hip, knee and ankle alignment, so we maintain a nice straight line running through all of the lower joints. Sinking down, coming back up, keeping the chest up, looking ahead. Initiating that movement by dropping that back knee down. The back knee won't touch the floor, it stops just before it gets there. Again, if we have a look from the side, set my position up. Chest upright, and I'm just focusing on dropping down, keeping a nice vertical movement with my trunk and upper body, chest up and controlling. Again, for this exercise, guys, 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps on each leg. So the next exercise we're going to go through now, guys, is called the glute bridge. So to perform the glute bridge, we're going to do this one on the floor. To set up, we place our feet flat on the ground, hip width apart, with our toes pointing straight ahead. We're then going to lie back, placing our palms flat on the ground. It's important we have around a 45-degree bend at our knee. To initiate the movement, we're going to switch on our glutes, or squeeze our glutes together right from the point that we start the movement. So squeeze the glutes together and then drive your hips up to the ceiling. And then come back down. It's really important that as we do that again, we have our weight through our heels. So we're applying the force into the ground through our heels. And then if you want at the top, you can hold that position for 1 or 2 seconds so you can really feel like you're squeezing those glutes together. And back down. Controlling that movement, weight through my heels. Again, as I say, really important that first movement. We switch the glutes on, squeeze the glutes together, drive the hips up to the ceiling. So for this exercise, guys, again, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. So the final exercise we're going to go through today, guys, is called the bear hold. To set the bear hold up, we're going to do this one on the floor again. To set up, we want to make sure that our hands are placed flat on the ground and that they are shoulder width apart. We also want to make sure that that hand is directly underneath my shoulder, so I have a straight line running from my shoulder, elbow and wrist. You're then going to do the same with your knees, so make sure that your knees are flat, knees are on the ground, hip width apart, with the knee directly underneath your hip. Okay? From there, we're going to pull our toes up, so don't have your feet flat on the ground like that. Make sure you pull your toes up, so you've got good tension in your leg. From there, we want to find a nice straight back position, so we get into a nice neutral position with our spine. So good flat position, you might want to retract the shoulder blades a little bit, ensure that your head is in a good position, so we're not looking up at this one. We're looking straight at the floor, in a good position. From there, once you've set up, you're going to brace your core and all of your trunk muscles. And what I then want you to do is just raise your knees up off of the ground about 1 centimetre. Brace in that position and hold in through your trunk. Okay, maintaining that flat back and good tension through your core, your tummy and all of your trunk muscles. Then you're going to pop your knees back down on the floor. For this exercise, you might want to start off performing 3 sets of 10 to 30 seconds, depending on how strong you are in your core and trunk muscles. A good way to build up for this one, though, is to perform 10 seconds with your knees in the air, 10 seconds down resting, 10 seconds up again. So you're actually working for 30 seconds with 10-second rest periods in between, so you can build up and build that strength in your trunk. So there's 5 exercises for you guys which you can perform at home, in your living room, without any equipment, and that are going to increase your movement competency, so flexibility and mobility around specific joints that you need to perform on the snow, as well as develop strength in those specific muscle groups. If you've got any questions about any of the exercises, you can get in touch on ben@benreidperformancecoaching.com. You can also drop us a message on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BRPC ski. Have a go at the exercises and we look forward to hearing how you get on.